Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of videos we want to view. Definitely one in particular that was not shown on CNN or MSNBC and those kind of platforms. But also, last night we talked about a particular podcaster that was basically saying some of the same things that I say here about you don't have to give your vote to the Democrat Party. Now, one thing that we know for sure, ever since Biden has been in office, everyone's lives have gotten much harder. Everything went up big time when it comes to prices. We know he opened the door and let people just flood this country. They are in all the major cities now, and he keeps dropping people off literally in the middle of the night, because that's what he do. He has his people go and drop them off in the middle of the night when a lot of you are sleeping and dropping them off in a lot of your cities. And then your cities are left to deal with these issues and problems, which isn't right because you pay taxes in these cities. So a lot of people are looking at how they just jacked up the interest rates to 7%. When homes used to be kind of affordable, now people are priced out. Rent is through the roof. These Democrats love regulations, but they won't do any regulations on rents when that they are the party of regulation. But it lets you know right then and there that your so-called progressive Democrats don't even care about any of you like that, because if they cared, then they would do something about it. And they don't do anything about it. And you can't say they can't do nothing about it, because look at how certain cities now are regulating Airbnb or even stopping them completely of doing things in their city. You understand? Now, there are plenty of people that voted for Biden. And I want you to hear what this woman has to say, because she actually voted for Biden. See, understand? This woman was not a Republican that we're going to listen to. She's not a MAGA person or whoever, right? But I want you to listen what this black woman has to say.
I voted for Biden. That's probably why Trump lost. I'm one of them 7 million votes that he didn't get. Because I voted because I was told I was black and I should vote Democrat.
Hey, you know what? She isn't the only one that is saying that now, okay? Just want to make sure we interject that. But she was black, though. She admitted that. She was black.
So I voted Democrat. I'm not doing that no more. And after I'm witnessing them trying to take down Trump as much as possible to keep him from getting back in that White House, that makes me want to vote for him more and more and more. We need somebody in there that's real. Not these puppets like Biden. Biden is a puppet. He get in there and he get in front of that camera and he does what they tell him to do. Trump wasn't going to let them tell him what to do. See, that's why I'm looking back on all this now. And I'm not going to let another black person or another white person tell me who to vote for.
Well, that was a Biden voter, as we stated before. And she said that, and we want to make sure to highlight that once again, that she was black. And she voted for Joe Biden because he said that we're not black if we don't vote for him. You understand? So that's one of his black voters. And after looking at everything that's going on in society, after looking at, the mass migration of people that's done here by design. It's by design. They're now taking away city services from a lot of you in your cities, taking it away from you, can't give you anything, and giving it to others who don't even legally belong in this country. Once again, we mentioned interest rates are through the roof. Do you know credit card debt is at $1 trillion now? $1 trillion. And Biden and them is not doing anything about that. Not at all, right? People use credit cards because they are short on cash. They didn't have any money. There are people struggling to buy groceries. I didn't hear people complaining like this during the Trump administration. I'm sorry, I didn't hear this, what I'm hearing now. When this man got his Fed Reserve, Jerome Powell, start raising the interest rates, raising them and raising them and raising them. And I got another video coming on African diaspora because all this was happening in the economy, It's all manufactured by design. And they're really upset with a lot of y'all for valuing yourself as a worker and not fearing the corporations anymore. Oh, I got a video coming about one of them admitting what they're doing to the economy and admitting how they're hurting the American people to get you in line. And it's all by design, folks. And Biden and the Democrats are for that. See, people like Trump, he wasn't for that. And that's why they don't like him. Listen what she said. They're trying so hard to keep him out. She's like, well, shoot, I might well vote for him. Look what they're doing to him, right? When I saw them start prosecuting him, that's how I looked at it, okay? I like, man, really? Now? I said, they could have did that a long time ago, right? And then when they come up with another case and another case and another case, and I'm like, boy, they are trying to stop that dude because they know they can't beat him. That's what, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. They know they can't beat him on a one-on-one because think about it. Why would you worry about him if you could beat him, right? If he's bad like you say he is and he won't win an election again because you're so much better, then why do all that? At the timing you're doing it too, because you could have did it a long time ago. You could have filed all them cases long ago. There's a lot of people in this country, and definitely white folks too, who are suffering financially. Definitely not just black folks. And you know how we got Barack Obama originally? If y'all go back in time, George Bush ruined the economy. He did. And definitely with the housing crisis, things were bad in America. We was in a true recession. And Barack Obama came in at the right time. And yes, I'll have to give Barack Obama that much credit. That's the only credit I will give him about turning around the economy from where it was. Yeah, I give him that. Now, did he do something for black people specifically? No, he didn't. But when white folks are suffering financially, they don't care about Democrat or Republican. They want you out. Because, see, it's okay for us to suffer as black people. It's fine. But when they start suffering financially, listen, I'm seeing more and more white people literally crying tears because they can't afford rent. A lot of them saying they're making more money than what they ever made, and yet they more broke than when they ever was before. I'm hearing them complaining about rent, about lights. The biggest complaint is food prices. You would think gas prices, but no, food prices is what everyone's complaining about. And one thing that a lot of white voters is going to do, the more and more they suffer financially, this is why they don't want Trump to be on the ticket, because a lot of white voters is going to go vote Trump. They know that. Trust me, they know that. So what they're trying to do is say, hey, we got to get him put in jail because that's the only way we're going to win. But the fact is, even if you can get rid of Trump, you may be surprised whoever it is that replace him. They may get voted in because Biden is that bad. He's an embarrassment even on the national and global stage. I want you to watch this video. This is the guy that y'all tell me I'm wrong about talking about, right? I'm wrong, and anybody else that's wrong. Let's watch this clip of the guy that you want to put in there another 4 years. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Let's see. I'm just following my orders here.
Now, everybody homed in on that. I'm going to home on that for just a second. I'm following my orders here. Once again, he said it. I am following my orders here. Let's go ahead and wind that back.
I'm just following my orders here.
Why the president of the United States is following orders? Why? Because they know this man is in cognitive decline. They know they can't trust him. So someone, whoever this person is your real president. And this guy is nothing but a puppet and a shell. Because, see, people at that stage, they will start saying things that they should be keeping quiet. But let's continue.
Have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
So not only that we don't know who this mystery person is that's giving Joe Biden orders, and we said a long time ago, somebody's telling him what to do, because a lot of times he don't know if he coming or going, right? But then he ends up saying that he don't know about y'all, but he want to go to bed. And, you know, let's just be real. When you get older, bedtime gets a little bit earlier than what it used to be, let's say in your 20s. You know, in your 20s, you'll stay out all night to 6, 7 in the morning, partying and clubbing. Well, when you get in your 40s, you're like, man, I enjoy sleeping. That's what I enjoy. Forget staying up all night. For what? Especially if you had jobs like me, where I had to work nights for a long time, working 12-hour shifts. I am happy to be in my bed at a decent hour. I enjoy every minute of it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's me at my age now. This man is double the age of me, okay? And so I understand why he want to go to bed. I get it. Him staying up all them hours and all that. No. He wants to be in the bed. It wouldn't surprise me if he want to go to bed 8 p.m., 8:30 and go sleep at that time. Because somebody his age, maybe 9 o'clock, somebody his age, you normally do that. So when he said that he wanted to go to bed, okay, I believe it. But this is a guy that you want to put back in office for another 4 years, who says he needs to go to bed. He's following somebody else's orders. He's supposed to be the president, the highest office you can get in America, and he's taking orders from somebody. Who is this mystery people that he's taking orders from? I remember another speech that he had said, he said, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. Who you gonna get in trouble with, sir? You are the president of the United States. So once again, clearly, someone is behind the scenes controlling this man. And obviously we know it because of the agenda that we see pushed, definitely with the immigration situation. It's an agenda. It is a coordinated agenda what's happening with this, with Ukraine, all these different things. It's like this is an agenda to literally unravel America, destroy our economy, destroy the people of this country, to put the people in despair. It looked like they're trying to destroy this country. You don't see them doing anything to uplift it, to uplift the economy, make sure everybody get their, fair share out the deal. It seems like they're literally trying to destroy it. Whoever these people is controlling Biden, I don't know. Shoot. Y'all always talking about the Illuminati with musicians. Shoot. The Illuminati controlling him too? Y'all think the so-called Illuminati not controlling politicians? That's a conversation y'all don't have. Y'all always talking about some rapper, Rick Ross or Meek Mill or whatever, some Illuminati. Okay, fine. They say they got influence. Okay, and these politicians don't have influence? These politicians got way more influence than a Meek Mill or a Megan Thee Stallion. Please, they only got some influence. Politicians make laws. So you would think they wouldn't come after them? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. It's just a thought. That's all. It's a thought. I'm not confirming anything. It's just a thought. So this is a guy that y'all telling me that I'm wrong about. This is a guy you telling me that we should vote blue no matter who with. A guy that should be in the bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock. A guy that's clearly taking orders from somebody else. A guy that don't know if he's coming or going. It shows American weakness. And your president kind of represents your country a lot. And the enemies of your country would say, man, this is a good time to get at them because this guy don't know what he's doing. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go back to Trump once again. So you remember Trump went to Atlanta to go turn himself in because of the RICO case with Fonnie Willis. Now, you remember they say like a lot of black people, like, oh, black people, they really hate Trump. They got a big issue with Trump. They have a lot of hatred for Trump. They tell you this on MSNBC. They tell you this on CNN, that black people hate Trump a lot, right? But I want you to watch this clip. And I saw this clip, I like, wow. I didn't think it was like that. But let's go ahead and roll that.
Over the movement worldwide. They finna bring Donald Trump on, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what? Finna bring up Trump. Finna bring up Trump.
Now, if black people really hate Trump like they say they do, why are black people out there standing on the street? Where's their signs saying that he's a racist and a KKK member and all of that, right? I mean, clearly that's what CNN would have told you. Why are black people out there? Let's continue.
Y'all see it, man. Which one are you in, though?
So we had to play that part twice where people are out there cheering and saying free Trump. That's interesting. Now, I didn't see no blacks for Trump out there. It wasn't that group. I didn't see that idiot guy, N-word for Trump. He's an idiot, right? I didn't even cover that mess. That guy's a straight buffoon. But black folks, regular black folks, is out there waiting to see Trump pass by. But according to MSNBC, everybody hates Trump, right? So then you have people, of course, in the chat that come and say, oh, how much Trump is paying you and how much Republicans are paying you and this and that and the third. You know, you always trying to pocket watch other black people, first and foremost, right? I'm just stating the obvious because look at the way that we're living in this country right now. Look at the way black people is living. Look at the way they're living in New York. Look at the way they're living in Chicago right now. Okay. The policies of Joe Biden is destroying the black community financially. Listen, I could throw away everything else, but when it comes to economics for black people, that affects if you got a roof over your head, a car to drive, clothes on your back, food to put in your stomach, economics. And anyone that's doing things to harm the economics of black people by taking resources from black people and giving it to someone else, taking resources from black folks and giving it to wars and things that we should not have nothing to do with. Yes, we do need to talk about that sort of thing. Yes. And if you want to be homeless, if you don't want no food in your stomach, okay, that's you. No problem. If you want to go down with the ship, fine. But not everybody is willing to sacrifice their children, sacrifice their livelihood. Do you know more people are getting 2 and 3 jobs these days than ever in society? When recently Biden came out and said, oh, we've added 700,000 new jobs to the economy. Yes. And the majority of those jobs are second jobs for people. It's not a lot of brand new jobs. People are even applying to jobs, not getting hired. The wages isn't really there, for people, right? So more and more people are working second jobs just to try to make it. Well, 4 years ago, we didn't hear people working 2 and 3 jobs. 4 years ago, interest rates wasn't through the roof. We were saving money. We even I remember working at the time and we had got the payroll reduction tax where we actually got more money back on our checks. Biden comes in. He didn't want to extend that or anything like that. He's worrying more about taking $80 billion of your tax dollars and giving it to the IRS. Yeah. Not any kind of entity that's going to assist the people, but he wants to give it to the IRS. And the IRS has always been known to come after people. And not the Jeff Bezos of the world or Elon Musk, but just regular people. They want to hire all these IRS agents, armed agents, okay? For what? Who are you going after? You understand? People are suffering right now in this country, especially black people. Black people need reparations. Black people need an anti-black hate crime bill. So on top of not doing nothing for black people, you're literally hurting black people economically in every way, shape, or form. This is what they're doing. So explain to me how voting for Biden and the Democrats in 2024, explain to me how that makes all our lives better. Once again, I don't have to like a person at all. I don't. But if you're going to do what's right for me or my family, then, hey, I good. Listen, at times you got to take the good with the bad. Biden, what is he doing? But he's been so harmful to our community. Why y'all head is so thick? You know, it's like what the scriptures teach. Black folks, you are so stubborn and stiff-necked people. You stubborn. Even when you know you're struggling. Even when everything's presented to you right in your hands, you see it. Somebody's telling you constantly. You still so stubborn and stiff-necked. Because what I'm doing is I'm messing with your upbringing. That's what I'm messing with. And you get upset with me because I'm messing with your upbringing. See, you've been told from a child that it's Democrat, 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 blue no matter who. It don't matter what they do to us as a people. And what I'm telling you, and it's going to be a day coming where I'm not going to tell you anymore. You know, because I get messages from brothers and sisters who have left America and stay in another country and say, Phil, look, I get what you're trying to do. Listen, Phil, I tried to tell my family the same thing that you said. I just got so frustrated, Phil. I just left. I'm living such a better life. I'm good. You're wasting your time with them. Phil, you just need to, whatever country you like, go to that country, live your best life. I know you could, and you probably would one day. And I'm like, oh yeah, no doubt. That's not very hard for me to think about. Really, I mean, it's a process of some of that, but I do have a time to doing what I'm doing, right? Now, would I always call out things that's not right? Sure, but the time is going to end where I'm going to stop talking to y'all about this. You understand? Because once I get to my point, I say I'm done. And I've done that with many type of conversations over the years. I'll say, I'm done with that. At one point in time, I was trying to really push on y'all, get your passport. Stubborn, stiff-necked people fighting me on that. Getting a passport. I say it's so simple. It's $100 some more. Go get your passport. Then now people want to get their passport because now the government acting like mysteriously they so backlogged putting out passports. But if you listen to me in 2018 and 2019, when I was really pushing you to get a passport and pushing you to travel, you would have understood what I was saying. Do I encourage y'all to get passports anymore every time I get a chance? Nope. Do I? No, I don't. At one point in time, every time I look up, I was encouraging y'all, hey, you need to travel to Africa. Do this, right? Tried it. Do I encourage y'all to travel there as much as you want to be there? Like I used to? Every video telling y'all? I don't tell you anymore. I'm just talking about two recent things that I don't really tell you. I mention it here and there still, but not like I was really trying to pass that message on. Why? Because it's a time for me to speak certain messages and then I'm done. I'm going to move on to something else. So this conversation we're having now, we're going to have this conversation for the time. And then when that time's over and I feel it's over, I'm moving on to the next one. And that's going to be over. And I'm not going to want to hear nothing about no Democrat or Republican because I'm going to do what I need to do and just work with my tribe. Understand what I'm saying? Of like-minded people. Because one thing I'm not going to do is waste my life screaming at stubborn people. I'll give you a time because there's a group of people that need to hear it and we'll wake up. I'll do that. But I'm not going to waste my whole life doing that. No. I'm not. You're not about to take my life force away, screaming and yelling at you. And them kind of people, ladies and gentlemen, that you're trying to change or trying to get to do better sometime, they'll still be here and you be dead and gone. Because you done wasted all your energy trying to do something for them and they didn't want to do a freaking thing. I'm a firm believer of you need to enjoy your life. You need to prioritize yourself as well. And don't let nobody drain you like that. Family, friends, whomever. These people are so hard-headed in our community. No matter what they have to suffer, they will continue to suffer it because once again, it's messing with the upbringing. The upbringing say the Democrats, not what we're getting out the deal, just the Democrats. So to the people that, a couple of people that wrote me and told me that, like I said, I get you. I'm with you. I understand what you're saying 100%, but I still have a time in the trenches, right? I got a time. And once that time is over, you won't hear me advocate or say nothing about Democrat or Republican. I'm going to say, hey, y'all do what you do. It's not my problem. It's not mine because I already made my mind up. And I know a lot of you feel that way too. You made your mind up on a whole lot of things. You say, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my mission. This is what I got. My goals are. And I'm going to do this for my family. I'm not worrying with none of them. I'm not going to let them drag me down. I'm not going to be arguing about them. No, I'm not doing it. So when people speaking a message to you, even Christ himself had a time to speak to you. Even Dr. King had a time to speak to you. Malcolm X had a time. Everybody has a time to speak certain messages to you. I just know where my life is going. So that's why I'm saying my time won't be forever to tell you about no Democrats and what they doing to you. I'll be the guy you complain about. I'll be the guy you say, oh, he's just a Republican. He's just this. I'll be that guy for a time. Because I'm looking to reach the lost who need to hear that message, who need to see that footage to say of a person that say they voted for Biden. Not no MAGA Republican, not a black conservative, a Democrat who voted for Biden. You need to see your president up here saying that he's taking orders from somebody and he needs to go to bed. And you need to see black folks talking about free Trump. Not MAGA out there, not blacks for Trump, just regular black folks from neighborhoods like we come from out there in Atlanta saying free Trump. So some black people are starting to get it. They realize these Democrats ain't about crap for us. Now, you may say, well, you expect Trump to save the black community? No, I don't. I expect the black community to save the black community. But what I do expect from a politician is to make it easier for us to help ourselves. And one of the biggest things that I advocate in the black community is business creation and hiring of our community. I advocate for that. And one thing I can say about Trump, he pushes that big time about creating businesses. We need black-owned businesses. We always talking about, black-owned business, black-owned. Well, how are we going to get the businesses if we're not even getting the help to try to create a freaking business? Listen, I've learned from working for the folks. You will never get paid right. There will always be a white person that got less education, less experience. They're always going to be paid more than you. Always. It's always going to be a glass ceiling working for white folks. Always. If you luck out and stumble upon a couple of good places to work that's not like that, that's a minority. That's not the majority. The majority is what I just explained. You have more freedom of movement, more respect. You have more of a work ethic when you work for yourself. So when I look at politicians, I don't want the politician that's going to harm us doing for ourselves. I don't want that politician. I want the politician that's going to be cool with putting things together that's going to help us do for ourselves. That's what I'm cool with. I want the politician that's going to round up these people and get them out of our cities, who's taking the resources, the tax dollars, away from the black community. That's not even going to the black communities. Yeah, I want that. Yes, I need that done. Now, some of you may be cool with paying your taxes to other people like that, but I'm not cool with it. And a lot of you listeners not cool with it either. So, yeah, I want the politicians going to get them out of there. Yep, I sure do. Because they got their homeland. They got countries of their own. That they need to work hard. They say they work hard, right? Okay, cool. Bravo about working hard. Work hard at home. There's enough people in America already here that can do the work, whatever it may be. It's enough people. Trust me, it's enough people here. And then the interesting part, America has a lot of uninhabited land. They don't have to really put them people in the cities. They can go put them people in places like Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. They can go put all those immigrants up there, not in the major cities. But the purpose is to displace us. That's what it's about. We are in the major cities of America. So they're trying to displace the black man and woman. So that's why I got a problem. That's a calculated plan, because if they just want to have them here like that, fine. Go put them in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. Go put them up there in Connecticut where they at. Go put them in Rhode Island. Go put them in all them places. Go put them in Massachusetts. And I'm not talking about Boston either. Go put them in all them places in Massachusetts. Put them up north. Now, I'm not talking about Chicago. Put them in the other cities. But they don't want to do that because they're trying to displace us. So, yes, I got an issue with that. And I got an issue watching y'all go through it. I have an issue with that, too. So let me know what y'all think, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want 4 more years of, Biden not knowing where he's at, saying he needs to go to bed? Or do you want to say, it's time to get our tax dollars back? It's time to get programs and everything going for black businesses so we can hire our community, so we ain't got to work for these people that's so racist against us. We got to get these people out of our cities because, they bringing crime, like in Chicago. They out there tricking. They on the track. They out there joining gangs, adding more crime than what they already got in Chicago. So that's really what the choice is. And whatever choice is literally going to affect black America more than any other group.